Alright, what's up, movie people? Welcome to Cody's Movie Cave. And hello. And today we are discussing Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, the newest Doctor Strange sequel. And guess what? We even have a Doctor Strange Funko, a Doctor Strange Co., if you will. This is one of his variants. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. So yeah. Let's get into some Doctor Strangeage, if you will. Alright, this is his second solo outing, Doctor Strange. And so, yeah, we kind of pick up, let's see, where did we leave him? Last time we seen him, I think, was in Endgame. No, last time we seen Doctor Strange was in No Way Home with Spider-Man. So he's kind of, they really don't do a whole lot of talking about what happened in Spider-Man, but so this is more of a Doctor Strange movie. So, in the trailers, you really don't get a sense of who the villain is, but we all know who it's going to be. It was Wanda. It was meant to be Wanda Maximoff from the beginning. She just can't seem to break that villain itch she has. She has to be the bad guy for some reason. This time, and spoilers alert, if you hadn't seen it yet, spoiler, she's looking for a way to sort of bring her children that she had in the TV show, WandaVision. She had two children, supposedly, that she had made up from Vision. So she's trying to get a way to get them back. She hadn't really been herself since the events of that show. So, yeah, it's a Doctor Strange movie, but at times it almost feels a little more like it's a Wanda movie, a Scarlet Witch movie, if you will. And with that being said, we kind of introduced to this young character who can travel through the universes, the multiverse, if you shall, if you care to call it that. So that's why Wanda's after her, to sort of... She wants to get a hold of her so she can jump through the multiverse and find a version of herself that has her two children and steal them, basically. Bad guy behavior. Shame on you, Wanda. So Doctor Strange winds up has to kind of become this kid's guardian and sort of protect her. And there's some cool elements to this movie, I will say. There's the whole multiverse thing. We get to see different versions of Doctor Strange. He's got the ponytail version, that we see. He's got the version with the blue, the blue cloak, like this guy, clean-shaven Mr. Strange. And then so on and so forth. But here's what did work for me in this movie, is it introduced us to the Illuminati. Right, that is a superhero team up of Marvel characters. In the comics, it consists of Iron Man, Namor, Mr. Fantastic, and Professor X. Out of all those members, we get two of those. Mr. Fantastic, which is played by, in my opinion, perfectly played by John Krasinski, who people had fan cast. So props to Marvel for sort of giving us what we wanted with Mr. Fantastic. And, we got Charles Xavier, which is played by Patrick Stewart again. This is sort of his little foray into the MCU. And we got not Captain Marvel. Well, yeah, it actually is a version of Captain Marvel, but this one is not the version we're used to seeing. This is Monica Rambeau. And then there's Captain Carter. Yeah, Miss Peggy Carter in her captain get-up. And so that is the members of the Illuminati. And for however brief we get to see them, that's what really, for me, made the movie. But yeah, we don't get to really see them a whole lot because that scene is cut way short. And I won't spoil it, but it's kind of... it ends badly, we'll just say. and for it to be called Multiverse of Madness, we don't really get to explore the whole multiverse as much as I thought we were going to. For more or less, it's Wanda Maximoff, her book of spooky crap, and her trying to get her Cheerings back. She won't get her little Cheerings back at whatever cost, whoever she has to kill, whatever she has to do. And she does some spooky, creepy crap in this movie. And I didn't really care for that, but that's, like neither here nor there. There are a few scenes in the movie that work, and some elements that work, and I'll explain that. There are some horror elements in the movie, specifically when Doctor Strange has escaped the Illuminati and he is being on the run from Wanda, or Wanda's variant that she takes over, rather. And it's him, the new kid, and Christine Palmer, her variant for this multiverse, rather. And they're being chased by Wanda and her psychotic self. And there's some jump scares, believe it or not. For a Marvel movie, there are some jump scares in this movie that are pretty good, that works. It's like, whoa, that was creepy as crap. But the third act just kind of falls flat. They delve into some stuff that I really wasn't cool with. Overall, the movie as a whole just did not work and live up to expectations. I left the theater not excited and going, whoa, was that a Marvel movie or what? I left it more or less going, it's alright. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible, but it was right there borderlining on the bad, side of things. But, Benedict Cumberbatch, he gives a great performance as usual as Doctor Strange. So, he's kind of learnt his niche with this character and has nailed it. So I'm hoping that we get to see, if they do a Doctor Strange 3, that we can kind of get a true Doctor Strange sequel that feels like his movie. Big stakes, big things at stake, and it's not as creepy. But I mean, the movie was directed by Sam Raimi, who we remember directed The Evil Dead and all that, so there were going to be elements of creepy stuff. So with that said, it's a Marvel movie, it's Doctor Strange, it's superhero stuff, comic book. The kiddos are going to want to see it. If they're not on the older side of things, I would not recommend it, because like I said, it does play as kind of a horror movie sometimes, and it's got some scary, intense scenes and some images that may be a little too disturbing for the youngsters. So kind of err on the side of caution with that. Maybe the preteens might be okay with it. And believe it or not, it's actually kind of bloody for a Marvel movie. It airs on the bloody side of things. It's got some graphic content, some mild gore. So yeah, kind of be a little cautious with this movie for the youngsters. I wouldn't recommend it. If you want to check it out, though, by all means, that is your choice. If you've watched the other ones, you might as well watch this one to kind of be caught up with what's coming down the pipeline, because let's face it, Marvel builds its universes one movie after the other, so you really kind of gotta be in line with everything else. So watch it just to be caught up. It's on Disney Plus, like I said, so if you want to watch it and you got a subscription, you're not out anything but your monthly subscription, so add it to your list, check it out if you want to. Like I said, it's on there. You can buy it, rent it on Amazon, Vudu, Apple, all the streaming sites. So yeah, and this is part of Marvel's Phase 4, so you know where I stand on that. Marvel Phase 4 has been nothing but lackluster. And so here's hoping moving forward through Marvel Phase 5 that we can kind of get some better projects, some better movies, better series. Here's hoping Marvel can kind of turn it around. So yeah, that's my opinion. Doctor Strange is kind of Multiverse of Madness, But like I always say, this is my opinion, and opinions are like butts. Everybody's got them. Some of them stink.